But for my young teens out there, please educate yourself on proper feminine hygiene. It is going to save you in the long run. It's going to save you from going to the doctor all the time. It's going to also save you that embarrassment. I guarantee you. What's going on, guys? This is your girl Simply Betty 101. But today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's still going to be an informative video, just on a topic that I feel like that is not talked about a lot, especially for young girls growing up. Now, if anyone is like me, I don't really recall getting that proper way to take care of your missus downstairs talk with my mom. I kind of just got the, oh, you got your cycle and this is what you do, this is how you discard your pads or whatever. But I never really got the talk on what soaps and, you know, about pH balance, all of those things. I never really got that particular talk, and it wasn't until I got older and I actually was talking with other females, talking with my peers, and kind of going on a journey of finding out what works for my body as far as keeping my hygiene 100%. Now, before I switched to the regimen that I'm on now, I was using more gentle soaps. And when I say gentle soaps, I was using soaps like Dial antibacterial soap or Dove moisturizing soap to cleanse my body. Now that I've been going on a more of a natural type journey, I've been trying to find different avenues to help with that pH balance, not to get yeast infections and things of that nature. Growing up in my teens, I can probably say I got yeast infections more frequent than I would have liked to, because no one ever explained to me that those fragrant body washes that I use, you're not supposed to put down there or clean your entire body with. It's really just to put on your arms and chest area, maybe like your lower legs, but not in your more sensitive areas, because that can cause a chemical imbalance and just make your body go completely haywire. And now it's just trying to fight off foreign chemicals and all of these things of that nature. But just a little regimen that I do. For one, number one, I do not use a washcloth. Now, I prefer, and this is to each is their own, I prefer to use like one of those puffs or exfoliating scrubs, anything to kind of like scrub my body where it feels like almost like a brittle pad is rubbing on my body. I know that is weird, and some people's skin is more sensitive, but for me and my conscious and the way that my mind works, I really like to feel like my skin is being scrubbed, and it's almost like a scratching feeling. So I just like to feel like that deep clean. And I only use a washcloth for my face, and that's after I've actually used a cleanse to, you know, cleanse my face. I don't necessarily use it to wash my body. If I have to, if push comes to shove and say like I'm out of town, I'm spending the night over someone's house, and I don't necessarily have like my travel puff, or I didn't stop by a store to get a puff, what I would normally do is, if I have to use a washcloth, I use that washcloth to clean my face, then my body. You never want to use a washcloth to clean your body and then also clean your face. I understand that in some people's minds they're like, well, if you're using soap, it cleans the towel and da da da. Yeah, no. You have to think about all the things that come out of your body. Sweat, for those of you who are sexually active, you have all of those foreign juices on you, and you know your body is discarding waste naturally. So the last thing you want to do is take a towel that you've cleaned your body and then clean your face with it. It's not going to work. Just like you don't use the same lotion, body lotion, to also moisturize your face, There's a reason why that there are separate products for that. There's a reason you have a body moisturizer or moisturizing body lotion, and then you also have a face lotion. There's a reason why that those things are separate. You would want to also keep those things separate when you're cleansing your body. Number 2, and I've kind of touched on this a little bit, not all soaps are for your private area. You want to get a soap that is gentle and natural, so that when you cleanse, you know, you're not putting any foreign chemicals that's gonna later throw off your pH balance, cause you a yeast infection, all of those things. Some natural soaps, a natural soap that I use is like the hemp soap. You can go to any store like Target, Walmart, Whole Foods. A lot of these stores now are selling natural products that you can use to cleanse your body. If you're more sensitive to soaps like that, I would advise to do your research and try to find something that's not so harsh. Because when you use those fragrant soaps to cleanse your misses down there, what's gonna happen is, first off, your misses is already discarding waste out of your body. That's what that vaginal liquid is that comes out. That's the normal liquid or fluids that come out of your body on a normal basis. Some may discharge, what's called vaginal discharge. Some may discharge more than others. I'm just saying, it's normal. Well, I'm not a medical professional. I don't know if that would be normal if you're like discharging a lot of vaginal fluids. I would suggest to look up the type of vaginal fluids that are coming out of your body and make sure that they're A-okay. They do have pH balance tests that you can buy at CVS or Walgreens. So I would advise to get those. I'm not sure exactly how much they cost. I want to say maybe average about $10, maybe, you know. And you can see, make sure that your pH balance is A-okay down there. But yes, so for me in my regimen, what I do is I use a hemp soap that I cleanse my body with everywhere. And when I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. And I do recall getting the talk of how to properly clean my misses when I was young. Once I started bathing myself, I don't know if it was just my grandmother, well, my grandmother told all of her granddaughters this, but she was literally like, you better spread eagle and clean yourself. Do a squat. Yes, I mean, you don't have to squat all the way to the ground, but you want to make sure that you know exactly how your missus looks down there. You know how you have the skin that folds over, just like if you were cleaning a infant. For those of you who have cleaned an infant, especially a little girl, you know you gotta move those flaps and those creases out of the way and get in there and make sure that you're cleaning properly, because if not, you're gonna have an issue. I'm just letting you know now. For those girls, you young teens, you think it's cute to just hop in the shower, just clean yourself with that fragrant body wash and just hop out? No ma'am, I need you to go in there and try again. You have to get in those creases. You have to make sure you're lifting up skin. You have to make sure that you are properly cleaning yourself, because if you don't, you're gonna have problems later on down the road and you're gonna be considered the stinky girl at school. Now, there is nothing worse than being called the stinky girl at school. And I kid you not, my instincts that got turned on to make sure that I was properly cleansing myself when I was young, when I got my cycle. And I got my cycle pretty early, and I saw the horror of a girl who bled through, and she also had an odor. And so that experience for her mortified me to the point where I was like, I do not want to be that girl. I feel sorry for this girl. I will never make fun of this girl, but I literally feel sorry for her, and I never want to be in that situation. So it was just like every 2 seconds I was like, I have to go to the restroom. Yeah, I don't want to be that girl. And I was one of those heavy bleeders where you would have to wear them like them hospital pads. Yeah, I was made fun of for wearing them hospital pads, but I never had a bleed through. I'm just saying. Nobody never teased me about having a bleed through. So you can say what you want. Tip number 3. Now, if you're using a natural soap to cleanse your body, you also want to have something to moisturize your body. Now, Dove has been considered a more gentle soap. There are other products out there besides Dove to moisturize your body that is gentle and safe for you to use. So currently I use a puff to cleanse, and I take my puff and I use my Pure Castle Soap Hemp, and I have this is a new bottle. This is the lavender fragrance. I was skeptical about buying this fragrance because lavender is usually like a calming smell, usually helps put you to sleep. So yeah, this is very strong natural soap. They advise that you dilute it with water. So what I like to do is I have another pretty much empty bottle in the shower already. So what I would do is I'll take half of this bottle, pour it in that other bottle, and then fill both of them up with water. That way I have 2 full bottles of soap, so that way I won't be using it so much. And I do have the bars of soap as well from when I travel, and in those instances where I don't have my puff, then I can just use a washcloth, and I have the bar soap as well. Dove is a moisturizing body wash, and I was using Dove for the longest. I was a firm believer of Dove products. No, this is not a sponsored video. I still love Dove. I especially use their deodorants. I was using their shampoo and conditioner, and I was using their body wash. The soap I used to buy that for the longest. I still do buy the soap as well, but I cut back on that, and I've been switching over to other soaps. I use this soap now. My cousin, I saw her use this, and she's very similar to me. We're both trying to stay away from those heavy chemical products basically for our bodies, and this is called Love Beauty and Planet, and this is a body wash. I use this to moisturize my body and give a nice smell good as well. I do not put this on my missus area. That is what this soap is for. I cleanse my entire body with this and my missus area, but to moisturize and to add that smell good, I use this. If I have like a special occasion, like say for instance me and hubby are going out on date night or something, then I'll probably use like one of my Bath and Body Works to moisturize my body and have a different type of smell good. But that is what I use. As far as like exfoliating my body, I do like to exfoliate. When I say I like to exfoliate, I really love to exfoliate, especially after a good sweat. So my puff is not the normal $1 puff that you can find at like Dollar Tree or even in Walmart and some of the stores. This is probably about a $3 puff, and it's deep exfoliation. Number 4 is, I don't know if you guys can see that. So you see right here, this is not the hardest exfoliation that they have, but is very close to it. Like I said, I just like to feel like my body, or I just feel like something is scratching my skin. That's just me. It may not be for you, but that's just me. Also, because I get waxes, I get Brazilian waxes. I've been getting them since maybe 2011, maybe even before that, I don't know. But to keep those ingrown hairs from coming back, I have a exfoliant loofah infused with charcoal. I really like this. This is specifically for that V area to keep away those ingrown hairs. That's basically all that is for. And like if I shave underneath my arms or my legs or whatever, just keep those ingrown hairs in check, because ain't nobody got time for that. Another exfoliating brush that I have, I just bought this one. This is also a number 4 as well. It's not the hardest exfoliating that they have, but it's close to it. And this is an exfoliating brush. So in between my puffs, or depending on how much of a scrub I want, like if this feels more like it's gonna scratch my skin than my puff, then I'll use this. So I just alternate between the puff and a scrub brush. So you can use whatever moisturizing body wash that you're comfortable with, those are just the products that I use. Again, only use those body washes in big areas. Do not use that on your internal area. Don't use that on your misses, because you're gonna have problems a couple of days later, if not that same day. As I stated, I do not use a washcloth really to kind of like wash my face. I use, well, this is just one of my cleansers. This is a K-Beauty product, or Korean Beauty for those of you who do not know what K-Beauty means. It's a Korean Beauty product. It's a natural green tea facial cleanse. I really like this. This feels really, really good. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you see like the tea leaves at the bottom, but it's two separate containers. So I really like this. Of course, I'm gonna have to get some more because I'm running out. I really, really, really like this, and I rotate between this and I have another K-Beauty facial cleanser that came with the kit. I'll post a picture of it. It's Laneige. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it also works very well. And then after I cleanse my face, then I take my washcloth and wet it and make sure I get all the remaining excess soap that I may have missed on my face, and I use it to clean my ears. And that's pretty much it. That's what I use to cleanse my body. Now, a tip that I will give you guys, I know you guys are young, and I know someone had told you to, if you're having problems, to use dish. Literally, do not do dish. Just don't. It's not healthy for you whatsoever. And as a person who used to dish, I didn't dish a lot, but when I did dish growing up, I found out that for me, it made me dry, extremely dry, and I didn't like that feeling, because then a couple of days later or the next day, I'm having a vaginal discharge. I'm feeling very uncomfortable, not so much as far as like an odor or I have a yeast infection, but it just threw off my pH balance so much that I was just like, you know what, there has got to be something better. So for those of you who just want that extra clean and you feel like you don't have anything that you can put down there, or you may be getting a yeast infection, or if your pH balance is slightly off, or you feel like you have any type of bacteria that your missus is fighting off, I would advise to just use vinegar and water. Literally, you can either put it in the bathtub, not a lot, I'm not saying pour an entire bottle of vinegar, and I know the smell of vinegar is very, very strong, and you may think that if you put it in your bath water, you're gonna come out smelling like vinegar. That is absolutely not true. Well, unless you pour the entire bottle or even half of a bottle in your tub, in your bath water, you may come out smelling like vinegar then. But you can use vinegar to cleanse your body. Vinegar is very natural. It's not that many ingredients. I think it's literally only vinegar, but it's very safe for you. Now, there are other types of dishes out there. Some people use the vinegar and water as a dish. Some people use yogurt, natural yogurt. Some people use a mixture of things, like I've heard of ladies using honey, vinegar, water, or some might use like yogurt, water. You know, do your research before you go and try to squirt yogurt. Now, I'm not saying go get the little Danimal's yogurt and squirt it up your vagina. No, when I say yogurt, I mean like that non-chemical processed yogurt, that natural yogurt, that horrible tasting yogurt. For those of you who eat yogurt and know that nasty yogurt, you got to add a couple of things to it in order for you to tolerate it. Now, if you don't eat yogurt on a regular basis or drink enough water, your pH balance and your missus is going to have vaginal discharge on a regular basis. When you drink plenty of water, you're flushing out that toxins through your urine, so it's not coming out in your vaginal discharge. If you don't drink enough water, or if you don't eat yogurt, if you don't help your body process those chemicals properly, guess what? It's gonna come out in your vaginal discharge. We have a open hole basically that stuff can just come out at a whim's notice. But sister girl, if your stuff start coming out looking like cottage cheese, go to the doctor. Get you some antibiotics or whatever it is that they give you for that yeast infection. If you have other issues going on, like, you know, some ugly looking bumps that are not ingrown hairs, or if you have pain, or just anything that just makes you uncomfortable, if you have a burning sensation or anything like that, y'all gotta go see a doctor. There is no vinegar, no yogurt, no water, no nothing that's gonna help that, except for a person with a PhD behind their name. Well, medical license, possible. Well, you get the gist of what I'm saying. Just go get that checked, okay? It is not normal. Number one, if you use a washcloth to clean your body, make sure you have a separate washcloth to clean your face, or use a puff and a washcloth, whatever. But do not use the same washcloth that you've cleaned your body with to also clean your face. Number two, not all soaps are meant for your private area. Not all soaps are meant for your missus. Only natural soaps need to go down there, or, you know, some type of natural cleansing process. Number three, it is okay to use a moisturizing soap or a fragrance soap. Just use it on your bigger areas, your arms, your chest, your legs, not your misses, nothing where you gotta go under. No. Just use it on those open areas that people can see, where people gonna have their noses at. Well, just use it at the top, okay? Number four, if you use a moisturizer, you can use Dove. You can use this particular product that I use. It's not a sponsored video. I'm not getting anything out of it. It's just one that I suggest because I like it. It has organic coconut oil. It has natural murmur butter, sourced rose, plant-based cleansers, mild cleansers. It is vegan. It's not tested on animals. It has no sulfates, no parabens, no dyes. You know, it's very natural. I love the smell of this actually. Number five, use a different cleanser for your face. If you don't want to use a cleanser, you just take a wet washcloth and wash off your face. But I would suggest to use a cleanser to help get into those pores when you sweat and stuff, to help cleanse all that stuff out. You don't necessarily have to buy this particular product because it is a little bit on the pricey side. I would advise to use a cleanser to cleanse your face. If you're going to dish, do natural dishes. Vinegar and water, or yogurt and water. Just keep it simple. And if you're going to exfoliate 2 to 3 times a week. I exfoliate pretty much every time I sweat, so that would be 6 days out of the week that I exfoliate. And that's only because I'm a different type of weird. But do what works best for you. All right, I know that was a little bit of unorthodox video today. I know it was a little weird. If you guys have any questions, there are plenty of other YouTube videos out there about particular products and particular dishes, natural home remedy dishes that you can use. But for my young teens out there, please educate yourself on proper feminine hygiene. It is going to save you in the long run. It's going to save you from going to the doctor all the time. It's going to also save you that embarrassment. I guarantee you. If nothing else, this is your girl Simply Betty 101, and I will see you